Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 10 o'clock. It is the 2nd of January, 2022. A new year and finally a new pattern starting to evolve with some colder weather coming into the picture finally. And you'll notice this line here of winter storm warnings that stretch out into Ocean County, New Jersey, and winter weather advisories. Or actually, is that a winter weather advisor? I think it's a winter storm watch that is in effect for Monmouth County there. So winter storm warnings in effect further south because there could be a significant snowfall just to our south, and it's going to really be a close call for us. So let's get started with what we got going on right now. Temperatures are dropping. We're around 40 degrees, 39 at Islip, 39 at West Hampton, and they're dropping into the 30s to the north and the west. And in Jersey, it's still a little warmer, but the storm track's going to be closer to them, and that's why there is a winter storm warning in effect for this area. So if we pull this up, winter storm warning in effect from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. So we're going to look at that, and you can see the colder air definitely coming into the picture. Dew points are down. Now after quite a first part of the day was just downright horrible. We'll take a look at some of these conditions here at Islip that we had earlier on. And you'll see it was pretty warm earlier on. We got into the upper 50s at Islip, and it was humid too with dew points in the 50s too, so it felt pretty uncomfortable out there. And then that wind went to the northwest, and things started getting better toward later in the afternoon finally, and we could breathe again outside. So let's take a look at what our highs were across the area today, and then we'll look at our precipitation. And you can see highs generally reaching the upper 50s, so well above normal. For the area. Look at that, 61 at LaGuardia, 59 at Central Park. I'm going to have to see if any records were broken. 55 at West Hampton there. And yeah, so we're around, close to that 60-degree mark, and I have a feeling if we go and look at New Jersey, they were over that 60-degree mark. It looks like they were, 61 in Toms River. So yeah, even warmer there. It's crazy. They're going to go from 61 to snow. I know there's some warmth in the ground, so it might not stick right away, but once that colder weather comes in, I think we'll definitely get some more. So I'm going to move this back a day here for the precipitation, so we get an idea of how much rain has fallen in the past 24 hours. And you get that some welcome rainfall here, 0.74 in Carl Place, 1.07 in Islip. So yes, over an inch of rain, much needed. 0.85. Finally got into that heavy rain last night. 1.19 on the east end, 0.63 in Central Park, looking at Ocean County. A little less for them, but they'll be making it up with that snowfall tomorrow. So let's see if any records were broken today. Let's see. Record high temperature of 58. So Islips did set a record today of 58 degrees. That is a new record for Islip for the day. So yeah, very warm day today. I had a feeling that was a record. 59 was a record high at JFK as well. You see right there. And there you go. And you can see, wow. So we had a couple of records tied. I knew it. It was so warm today. I knew it was near record territory. And just to give you, just to look at, we're going to go over some of this climatology right now. Let's go in here. And I know last time we had a little trouble loading this. All right, let's go to the daily climate report for Islip, and you'll see that 58 degrees is a record. Broke the old record of 57, and just to give you an idea, what the normal high is supposed to be 41, so we were 17 degrees above normal. The low was 24 degrees above normal, so we were 20-plus degrees above normal today at Islip. Unbelievably warm for just unbelievable. Really, really is. So there you go. I wanted to show you that. Yeah, let's take a look and see what we're now. If we go back to the Weather Service, you will see here that there are forecasts for snow here. So if we look at the weather story, you will see that they're forecasting not a whole lot of snow, just 1 to 2 inches on parts of Long Island, basically. But we're going to look at the models and see. Now, the main, like I said, the main snowfalls are going to be to the south here with this coastal low that's going to be passing off to the south. And if we look at their statement, let's see if they've put a briefing package up for this storm. Let's see what Mount Holly thinks. We'll just get the opinion of them. And you will see here that they're calling for 4 to 6 in Toms River. So Toms River's, there's going to be a very sharp dividing line, I think. And we're going to have to see how this all sets up now. Fortunately, we have some more models to look at. Looking at the satellite, here you go. Here's your storm front. Low pressure forming along it, riding to the south. Of course, this was supposed to be our clear weather for tomorrow, but it may have to wait until Tuesday. But let's first get through this storm, all right? So looking at the GFS here, well, let's take a look at the local area. So let's go to the HRRR 0Z run, and let's take a look at that. So dry tonight, but you'll see it starts off maybe as a mix in Jersey, and then the temperatures drop below freezing, and then there's some really heavy snow. So the HRRR keeping heavy snow just to the south of Toms River. So it looks like the heaviest snow would be over the southern tip of New Jersey, and part of Delmarva gets rain. But it looks like the southern part of New Jersey, like Atlantic sitting on Southwood, could get into some moderate to heavy banding of snow. But north of there, it looks fairly light to occasionally moderate. And you can see it just brushes our area in the midday with some light, midday into the afternoon with some light snow. And you can see this low really intensifies as it gets out over the ocean. But it's just going to be moving too fast to really, if it were to get stuck or move up north, then we could get more. But it's just moving right along offshore. And then we have a dry day with high pressure building in on Tuesday. So we can look at the HRRR in total snowfall accumulation here. And the total snowfall accumulation output. And you can see here very little for Nassau County. If you're more toward the south shore of Nassau, you might get an inch. Suffolk County would get 1 to 2 inches, and maybe 3 or 4 right on the southern tip there of the south shore, southeastern Suffolk County. So from, say, Patchogue on east, you might see maybe 4 inches. But other than that, the higher amounts are further to the south, and you can see it puts out a 10-inch actually over Toms River. This might be a little overdone. 14-inch over 14-inch over the southern tip of New Jersey. And the reason why I just say that is because we had a very warm day today. The cold air is moving in, but it's going to take a while for that snow to really start accumulating on the ground. It takes time for the ground to cool off. And so that's why I think it might be a little overdone. If we look at total snow depth change, I think this is a little more of an accurate account. So, again, I think on Long Island, the most areas most likely you're going to see any accumulation be South Shore. This is the HRRR, by the way, but I think it has the right idea. So South Shore, a very little bit. Suffolk County, from anyway, a line from like Port Jefferson down to Babylon, east of that line and south of that line, you could see 1 to 2 inches, according to this. All right, but again, the higher amounts, Toms River is right on that dividing line. If you're north of Toms River, you probably will only see like maybe 3 to 5 inches. But south of Toms River, it could be more than that. And that's where we're thinking we could see that 6 to 10 inch amounts, maybe even isolated. I don't think anyone's going to see. Maybe somebody's going to come close to a foot, perhaps. But that's what the HRRR thinks. And again, the models are all over the place with the track of this storm. But again, it seems to be that dividing line, Ocean County and south, is where you're going to see the higher snowfall amounts. You can look at some other models here. I'll go back to this. Let's look at the NAM3. We'll use the NAM3. This is the NAM3. So the NAM is a little more aggressive here, with bringing a little more of the snow a little bit northward. But we are just on that northern fringe, and that's what makes it so hard to forecast for us. It's an easier forecast for Ocean County, where I think you're going to get your first significant accumulating snowfall. But for us, it's a little harder. So if we look at the total snowfall here, you will see similar. It actually seems to have the heavier band a little further north, right over Toms River, with that 7 to 8 inches. And then we could do total snow depth change as well to give you an idea here. But I'm thinking, the general thing is I don't think Long Island will see. Unfortunately, if you're looking for you might get a coating, maybe depending on where you are, but it's not going to be a huge snowfall for Long Island, but it will be enough to make things look a little more wintry if you're out east. But again, the real accumulating snow, the plowable snow, is going to be mostly to our south, I think, according to what these models are indicating right now. We can also go and look at the GFS, which is a lower resolution model. We can look at that as well. And I think these are all kind of lining up into an agreement as to where this heavier snow will be. So let's take a look and see what this has for total snowfall. And similar idea that it's heavier amounts. Tom's River is the starting point, and then it goes up south from there. And this is a lot more different now. This actually gives a lot more to the Delmarva. The GFS really gives a lot to the Delmarva. Unfortunately, the resolution's so low, you just see a couple of dots for Long Island in that 1 to 2 inch range, and the resolution is really, really low on this model. So let me go back to the HRRR, and we're going to actually look now at temperatures, because that's important. Obviously, that plays a role in what's going to happen. So 0Z HRRR. And tonight, temperatures drop into the 30s. By morning, we are around that 30-degree mark. And if you're in, everybody's pretty much below the freezing mark. So that's why the precipitation will be snow. I don't think it's going to be rain anywhere. And we're really not going to get much above 30 tomorrow. Well, we might hit freezing, but it's going to be hard for us to hit freezing. Might get 30, 31 degrees. I think that's it, because we're not going to have the sun out. So with the clouds, and it's going to keep the cloud, and again, some snow. Perhaps we'll have to see again how much. But again, I think if you really want a higher snowfall, New Jersey, from Ocean County on Southwood, that's where you'll get it. And then skies clear, and it gets very cold tomorrow night. Temperatures drop with that snow cover, especially over New Jersey. It actually has it a little colder. Believe it or not, it looks like it actually has it a little colder. So teens for a lot of areas in New Jersey and maybe Long Island too, though it depends. That snow cover, this is indicating some radiational cooling, I think. So if it clears out and the winds go light and that fresh snowpack on the ground, not only are teens possible as lows, but maybe even single digits in the Pine Barrens areas. Perhaps for the rest of us, probably lows around 20 degrees here on Long Island, upper teens to around 20. It's going to be a cold night. And then for Tuesday, you can already see it warming up into the low to mid 30s. And if we look at the dew points and wind profile, you'll see the wind direction. So obviously tomorrow we're going to have that north and then slightly northeast wind. And you can see there's that northeast wind. It's going to pick up. It's going to piss. That storm pass by the south. It's going to be breezy. That's for sure. We're going to have some winds. And then the winds go more northerly by tomorrow night. They kind of die off a little bit toward the morning. And that might help with some of that radiational cooling there that we'll get. But then you'll notice what happens on Tuesday. We start off with a north wind, but then we go west and southwest by later in the afternoon. So that's why this cold air is going to be kind of transient. And that may have an effect on whether we're going to have a clear day or not on Tuesday. Let's, now that we've looked at all that, let's go to the skies and the RGM. So you're getting a general idea of what's going to happen here. All right. So obviously, plenty of clouds tomorrow. We're not going to probably see the sun again. And then clears out tomorrow night. And then you see the problem for Tuesday. It looks like we're clear most of the day on Long Island, but there's some cirrus that's going to try to move in. It's going to be more of an issue, I think, over New Jersey. So I think Long Island will have a fairly clear day, which is good because it's an opportunity to get to the Pine Barrens, and I need it. It's been a week already. The last sunny day was a week ago today, last Sunday. I believe it was a week ago. So that's how long ago it was. Pretty crazy. It was last Sunday. That was the last sunny day we had. So enjoy it. We'll get the sunshine Tuesday, but then we'll have more clouds move into the picture on Wednesday, and then we'll have to see what happens after that. If we want to go and entertain to the long range, I guess we'll go ahead and look at that for a little bit. So let me go to the GFS and Kona and the Kona and the not the Kona's view. I want to go to the North America view. There we go, because there is a pattern change that is taking place. All right, so here we go. We'll look at the jet stream first. All right. So here's the trough coming in. Here you go. Clear trough in the east. Brings in the cold air, but then the zonal kind of returns, but just for a little while, because another trough comes through for Friday, and then another trough for Tuesday. So you see what's going on here. And then another trough. And look at this, some hints of blocking in Greenland going on. So that's going to favor colder air and the potential for coastal storms and more snow in the east with a pattern like that. If we look at the upper air, you'll see there's your first trough, second one for Friday. It warms up again, but then another shot of cold air comes in next Tuesday. And you can see there's some shots of cold air and troughiness in the east. So that's the change that we've been waiting for. Although it's not a perfect setup for like a polar vortex type of deal, it's going to finally allow the cold air to come back into the northeast. So let me go and change this to CONUS, and we'll go ahead and we'll look at the surface map. How this all translates to the surface. So here's your first storm for tomorrow. That moves away. High pressure builds in. Sunshine for Tuesday. Then we start getting a return flow with a chance possibly of light rain on Wednesday. And then maybe another weak front comes through. And then this low right here, right now, it's pressing it for Friday. So this would be a miss, but maybe a little snow in Jersey. But that's a ways off. Way too early to write that one off yet. Behind it, we get some more cold air. And then another strong cold front comes through. And this one will bring in the really cold air. This is Tuesday. You can see that big high there building down, but there's the potential for storms. There's a potential, but you could definitely got a more wintry look to it. And if we look at the temperature anomaly chart, we will see here that for your Monday, we go below normal. Here we are below normal. Tuesday below normal. And then we start going above normal again Wednesday. But then another cold front comes through, and that brings in colder air for Friday, so we're close to normal. And close to normal on Saturday, but we see what happens though. It warms up in between the fronts, so it comes another shot of warm air. So it's not sustained cold, but it's better than what we've been dealing with. So cold fronts come through, cools off. Here we are Tuesday. That looks like a pretty cold day right there. And then going into the middle of the month, we have more potential for cold air outbreaks. So while it won't be constantly cold, and we will have warmth in between those cold outbreaks, it's better than what we've been dealing with with the sustained above normal temperatures. And it's important to get these cold fronts through. So let's go back to the temperature outlook as we go into beyond Tuesday here. So this is Tuesday. Wednesday, you could see here, we warm up a little bit, 40s, low 40s, but then it cools down again Thursday, mid-30s, that's about normal for January. Here we are, mid-30s for Saturday. Then another surge of warm air comes, but then it's another cold front comes through. Here we are Monday, next Monday, and then look at this. It's a Tuesday. We are dealing with highs that may not make it out of the 20s, may not even make it out of the teens in some areas. So we finally get into some of that really cold air, but it's a quick shot, then it moves away, and then we see the temperatures rise, but we will not see the ridiculous record warmth that we've been seeing. I think we're done with that. And look at that, to the end of the period, more really frigid air coming into the picture, which is what I want to see. Finally, we've been suffering long enough with this warmth. As far as skies goes, I mean, I could use the GFS for a little bit, show you what's going to happen here. I'll use some of these other sky models as well. I guess we can show you. Here's Tuesday. Here's the issue with the high clouds, but I think Long Island will be okay. We should have a sunny day. More clouds for Wednesday, and then we're going to have to deal with some clouds again. Maybe by Friday we break out of it, and Saturday we can have some sunshine. But when that really cold air comes in next week, that's when we're really going to have some of those nice skies. And like I said, I love that Arctic air when it comes in. You always get a nice deep blue sky with that, and it's absolutely beautiful. And let's hope that's what we've got once it comes through here. And if we go all the way to the end just for fun, we can look at total accumulated snowfall. Yeah, it doesn't really show all that much except for New Jersey, where again, with that only has that one storm right now in the forecast. We can look at some other models, however, we're not done yet. Let's go ahead and look at windy.com. We can look at the European model and get its idea of this storm, the first storm that we're dealing with here. So here's the first storm coming in, all right? And you can see it has us getting brushed by it. So it has us getting brushed, but generally the consensus is you're going to have to be in New Jersey to get some of that accumulating snow. After that, we go into Tuesday. It looks like we're clear most of the day, which is good. Especially you want to get an early start in the morning, and then we'll have more clouds again. All right, and let me just pull this out a little bit so you can get an idea. I'm just curious as to see what it does with that second storm, if it has it affecting us or not. Yeah, it has. It's doing something, that's for sure. The temperatures are borderline, though. So that one has it going right over us. The temperatures are borderline. I could look at snow. That could be, let's see. The Euro hasn't done too well, but let's see if we can get, where's the precipitation here? It doesn't have it on here. It looks like they took it away. I don't see it here. Oh, maybe it's under here. Yeah, new snow. So if we were to look at this, this is new snow. Okay, it's just gonna show. Yeah, the next 20 minutes. This would be the next system. So yeah, it's hard to say because again, it's hard to say that far out. The European seems a little more aggressive with that system, but the Euro has not had a good track record at all. So that's why I'm trying not really to use it. The other thing I will look at is wind for tomorrow. So we're gonna have some wind tomorrow, and we'll look at that here. Some strong wind gusts north at 20. That's actually sustained wind, and if we go and look at gusts, could have gusts close to 40. So it's definitely going to be breezy out there tomorrow, and feeling wintry. But that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thanks for watching.